All right, all you freighter fans, this is Jeff King, aka Redbeard, and we are going to take a look at what's going on with the latest sales at Harbor Freight. As you can see here, they've got jacks, and mortgage jacks. If you remember from my comments from last week, I was talking about the fact that they have a speed racer, tuner kind of style that is a lot more lightweight, a lot easier to move around, and quite frankly, it feels a little bit better put together. And it's in the anodized aluminum rather than the steel and cast metal. And we have them right here. 1.5 ton aluminum racing floor jack with rapid pump for $60. At that price, the aluminum ones I think are a way better deal. They're easier to store. They're easier to move around. They look cooler. They seem to have tighter variances and just seem to work better. And it's not like they have a lack of choices here. 1.5 ton, 2.5 ton, 3 ton. But even on sale, you are still paying more than twice for that I don't want to say performance, but lightweight style. Don't forget you get your 20% off coupon here. Make sure you grab one of those. These do not waste your time. Even if you have the free thing on this, these are a big no. Even at free, I don't want one. And now we're getting into the Harbor Freight storage cabinets and drawers and stuff. And I gotta say, I've got friends who've been mechanics and they've always sworn by Snap-on, and I've seen a lot of their Snap-on stuff. This is not Snap-on quality, but it isn't far behind, and the prices are ridiculously cheap compared to what you see at Snap-on. This cabinet alone at Snap-on, you would add another 9 over here. 4-in-1 parts magnet parts holder for $199. I'd say don't, they're great, but they give these away for free all the time, so I wouldn't bother with that. This, oh my gosh, I almost bought this. I've currently got one like this, but it's from Tractor Supply. It looks to be in essence the same thing, and I gotta tell you, it's been great. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. The one I have is this one right here. It's a 10-gallon oiled, and always remember the oilless versus the oiled. There is no comparison. The only reason to go for an oilless is if you're doing something like this pancake one down here, and you just need a little portable thing to haul with you, and it's fairly disposable anyway because it'll end up getting beat to death. But if you got something that's going to sit around a shop and you want it to last, you want an oiled compressor. Oilless compressors are disposable. But this 21-gallon vertical compressor, I was literally at the store ready to buy one, and I realized I had my car, not my truck, with me, and it wouldn't fit. And it looks like they just saved me $10. That is probably the deal of the day. We'll come back to that, but you can't go wrong with this. 1-ton floor jack. I think I've mentioned that before. It's a great floor jack, but I would say at $100, that's pretty much what I see on Craigslist. You'll see people posting them used because a lot of people buy them for one use. They buy it and they're done, and they don't need it again, and they'll turn around and sell it. And usually it goes for about $100. So if you need one of these for that one project or so, and you don't see one currently listed on Craigslist, you can buy it at that price and feel secure that you will be able to turn around and sell it at that price within a week and make all your money back. Even if you add in what you had to pay for tax, you'll be able to sell it without a problem. I sold mine in less than 48 hours. I'm a real fan of Harbor Freight air accessories. Hoses get beat and they get killed. It's ridiculous to spend $200 on an air hose that if it gets sliced, you're just screwed. This is a good deal. These things, the step drills, they're great for all sorts of projects. 12-inch double bevel saw. Everyone knows that I love this saw and that it's probably my favorite Harbor Freight item, but not at this price. I think it should be, if it's not at $120 or less, I'd say this is a no buy. Wait, hold out. Now, if you have to buy it at that price, buy it at that price. If you need something now, you may have to wait another year until it comes back down to that 120 range. I would say anything under 160, and this is still a screaming deal. Hell, anything under 200 is still a deal. I'll be honest, for $199 for a cordless wrench, I can get the Rigid Home Depot brand, Rigid, which has gotten rave reviews for the impact wrench, for not much more than that. So I'm going to say that's a no buy. This right here. If you need a basic caliper for measuring and doing, stuff around the shop, around the house, $10 for a digital caliper that is reasonably accurate, that's a great deal. I've seen the exact same thing on a Snap-on tool truck for $50, $60, $100. I have one of these. I think they have two of them, and they work just fine. Metal brake, these things are great. They have very limited usage if you're not doing it, but I mean, for the price, they're a great thing. I love these. I have this set here at home. I use it all the time. It's way better than having to have an Allen set or a Starbit set or whatever. These things are great. The generators. Harbor Freight generators have gotten great reviews. They use a clone of a Honda engine. They run fabulously. I'm still waiting to save up some money when I don't have some other projects to buy one. I want to get one of these large ones. The old $100 engine. It goes on sale for this price all the time. You're not going to find it any cheaper than this. You're not going to see it below that price range. But if you need one of these, grab it. They're great. I think I've already talked about the 90 amp Flux core welder. It's a beginner welder. It's a learn to weld kind of welder. It's for tacking light things together. It's nothing more than that. Welding cabinet. I wish this thing would come down in price. $150 seems a bit steep for me. I'd like to see it around $100, but I don't know if it ever gets down there. These things. I keep a couple of those. I have them around the house for moving stuff. They're great. Angle grinder, $12 for a decent angle grinder that will cut most anything. And my favorite, the titanium nitride coated drill bit set. I pick up, one of those probably once a year. Tear through it, destroy everything. They're still great. I must have missed it. I haven't seen this before. They call it an off-road farm jack. We believe we called it a high-low jack. Back in my days when I used to go jeeping and stuff, everyone had one of these. You'd never see these for less than $100. $45.99. I don't know much about them. If you know anything, let me know, because I would be interested in picking something like that up. There's a winch mount. One of these days I'll get around to doing some winching. This, don't buy it. You can get as good or better pressure putting your thumb over the end of the nozzle. I picked up one of these to do some work in the backyard cleaning out a pool, and I was thoroughly disappointed in it. It leaks all over the place. It's impossible to keep all the cords. It's got a power cord. You got to have a power cord, a hose going into it, and a hose coming out of it. So you've got 3 cords or hoses that are just going everywhere. It's a huge mess. It comes with a bunch of add-on pieces that you'll never use. It's not powerful enough to do what it claims to do. And really, if you've got decent water pressure where you live, just get one of those little screw-on garden nozzles, and it will do just as good a job as this thing will. I was thoroughly disappointed with it. I hated it. It was a waste. Harbor Freight isn't always perfect. Yeah, like I have to say that. But, sometimes they have some real winners. That's not one of them. I picked up one of these. I haven't had a chance to use it. When I do, I will let you know. But right now, it's still a question mark. If you guys know anything more about it, let me know. Oh, I've got this. For $24 for a Sawzall. I mean, granted, it's corded, but if you just need something basic, this thing is not half bad. I was really surprised. It's cut through everything I've asked it to. Sawzall is not a finishing kind of tool. It's not an exact kind of tool. It's a cut through this thing and rip it down. It's a demolition kind of tool. And for that, it's awesome. And if you need a cheap one, you don't want to go cordless, this right here, this is a must buy. We'll give it the old star rating. All right, that looks like that's it. Try to keep on top of all these sales that come up. If you have any questions about any specific Harbor Freight items, feel free to hit me up. Put them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I am Jeff King, a.k.a. Redbeard. Shine on.